Hey, what's up YouTube? On this video, I'm going to share with you my results for February in my dividend portfolio. I'm on a journey to $1,000 a month with my dividend portfolio. I'm using Webull as my platform. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the importance of being diversified, the stocks I added to my portfolio this last month and why, and stay tuned to the end where I share with you exactly how much money I got paid in the month of February. My name is Paris Clough and this is Financial Self-Reliance. On this channel, we talk about the mindsets and the skill sets of the wealthy so that you can learn how to manage, protect, and grow your assets. If that sounds like the kind of channel and the kind of community you want to be a part of, go ahead and click like and subscribe so that you don't miss any of the videos that I produce. I'm using Webull to create a dividend portfolio that will pay me $1,000 a month. It's going to be a while before I get there, but I've got a pretty good head start and I'm really excited about the progress I've made so far. Once I get to a $25,000 balance in my portfolio, I'll probably look into a little bit of day trading as well, but I'm mostly using my Webull account for dividend investing. You can look up the technical definition of a dividend and what that means. But in basic layman's terms, a dividend is when you own a stock, you are actually an owner of that company. So when the company makes a profit, the company will pay those profits out to all the owners. So if you own one share of a stock, you will be owed one share's worth of the profits for that company. So the more shares you own, the more opportunities you have to earn income off of being an owner of that stock. So dividend paying stocks can be pretty lucrative, and dividend paying stocks can pay a really handsome dividend if you pick the right ones, as you'll see in just a minute when I show you my dividend portfolio. Let's take a look at the spreadsheet that I use to track my portfolio. So in this particular portfolio, you see across the top the symbol, total shares by price. These are the total shares that I own of that particular company. This is the price when I bought it, the current price that it's trading for right now, and this tells me what the change is during that day. This will tell me the total cost basis, so this is the amount of money that I've invested or I've received. I've actually only put $8,000 into my account. The other $444 is actually a free stock that I've gotten from people who've clicked the link in the description below and opened up a Webull account, and I've gotten free stock and they've gotten free stock, and so it's a win-win situation. So the next one here is the market value. So you can see the total market value for me is $9,300. The total return is in dollars, and then the total return in percentages. And then you can see the yearly dividend. That's actually what the stock will pay that year. Some of these stocks I bought and they stopped paying. The virus has really affected several companies, and some of those companies have stopped paying dividends for now. I hope they pick it up soon and they get back into it because I really want to have those dividends coming in. And then you can see the current yield, so 5.45%. I'm literally earning 5.45% as a dividend from the stocks that I own. So where else can you earn 5.45% on top of the value of those stocks increasing or decreasing? So I've had a 10% increase in my value of my portfolio, but I'm earning 5.45% in dividends on top of that. So right now, my estimated annual income with all of my dividend paying stocks is $393. That's not quite $1,000 a month, but it's a real good start. So you can see over here, this is the ex-dividend date. The ex-dividend date is basically when they announce the dividend, and then you have to have the ownership of the stock before that. And then in a few days or a few weeks after that, they'll actually pay the dividend. This is telling you how often the dividends pay. So there's quarterly and there's monthly, and there's a few that I have that are semi-annually. I try to keep it more to quarterly. I want to have that consistent income coming in because dividend paying stocks are all about income. Having a quarterly payout is really good, but having a monthly payout is even better. So you can see over here in the sector is making sure that you're properly diversified. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, as I've shared many times on other videos, but you don't want to have one egg in 12 baskets. And so what that means is you don't want to be too diversified, but you don't also want to be not diversified enough. The rule of thumb is that you don't want to have more than 25% or so in any one stock of your total portfolio, and you don't want to have more than 10% or so of any one sector as a total percentage of your portfolio. So when you're buying new stocks, make sure that it's not too much of a percentage of your total portfolio, because if any of those stocks were to crash, you wouldn't want to have a significant hit to your portfolio. All right, so what I'm showing you right now is a chart that shows the sector market value. So this is each of the sectors, and as you can see, there's the sectors over here. That's how many sectors there are in dividend paying stocks. So you want to have a percentage of your portfolio in each one of these sectors, and it should be in the neighborhood of 10%, give or take a percent or two. As certain sectors grow, you're going to be out of balance a little bit from time to time. But that's also a good thing, because when you go to buy new stocks, you're going to be able to know which sectors to buy new stocks in to be able to help balance out your portfolio more effectively. So for example, I only had one stock in basic materials, or materials for short. So this last month, most of the stocks that I bought were in the materials sector so that I could increase my portfolio in the materials sector and balance out my whole portfolio. So as you can see right now, my materials portfolio is at 7.3%. So the next time I contribute to my portfolio, what sector am I going to buy in is going to be determinant upon what the percentage is. So if I'm having a pretty significant growth in financials, I don't need to buy more in financials. I need to go buy more in utilities. Before I share with you the stocks that I bought this last month, I would like to know, what do you do to track your portfolio? What do you do to keep your portfolio balanced? Put a comment below and let me know what you're doing, how you track your portfolio, and what you do to make sure that you're properly diversified and you're properly balanced. And while you're down there, look in the description for a link to open up a Webull account. If you open up a Webull account and deposit $100, you will get 2 free stocks valued up to $1,800. That's a great return on your money. And then come back and let me know which stocks you got. I'd love to know what 2 stocks you got when you opened up your account. All right, so I added 4 new companies to my portfolio this last month, and I bought more shares of 2 companies that I'd already owned. So let's take a look at the 4 companies that I bought this last month. So the first one is SJR, and SJR has a dividend yield of 4.94%, which is really healthy. They have a payout of 88%. What that means is, of 100% of the profits, they'll only pay out 88% to the stockholders, so they can keep 12% or so on reserves. And that's really good. You don't want a company promising to pay out more or all of their profits, because they may need to still have some for future research and development and future growth. Consecutive years of increase is 1 year. That's really good. Dividend frequency is monthly, so they pay monthly. I like monthly payments. Another really neat thing about SJR is when I looked at the analysis, as you can see here, it says buy. Now remember, make sure you do your own due diligence. Just because I bought these stocks doesn't mean you should. These are the reasons why I bought the shares. They may not be the reasons why you want to buy the shares. So make sure that you do your own due diligence and buy the shares that will fit your portfolio. All right, so the next one I want to share with you is RIO. RIO. RIO is in the basic materials sector. As you can see right here, it says materials. That lets you know that that's in that sector. So RIO had a 99.4% increase in their dividend from last year to this year, which is a really healthy sign. When a stock increases their dividend like that, almost double, that's usually a very healthy sign that the company is doing well. So their particular portfolio, or their yield, is 4.71%. They're paying out 64% of the profits in dividends. And also RIO has a buy analysis. So once again, a good, strong company to get involved with if you need material sector stocks in your portfolio. All right, the next one is MSB. MSB has a 5.22% yield. They haven't declared a dividend. However, it says up here that their dividend policy is active. So I know that they will declare a dividend, they just haven't yet. So as you can see here, they also increased their dividends last year, so they may increase them again this year. They pay quarterly, which is good. And when I looked at the analysis, it was kind of a 50-50 split on whether or not to get them. I needed to have a material sector stock, and this looked like a decent stock to get, and the price was right. All right, let me show you the next one. The next one is SXC, or SunCoke Energy. SunCoke Energy has a 3.9% yield. They haven't declared their payout. They've increased their dividend last year, so they may or may not increase it again this year. Up here we see they're active, their dividend policy is active, so it's highly likely that they'll be declaring one here pretty soon. When I looked online and found the analysis for this particular stock, 100% of the analysis says to buy it. So I was confident to make a purchase with SXC. Now, I already own shares of NI. NI is, as you can see, in the utilities sector. And I already owned some shares of this, but I bought some more. And this is a 3.95 payout. They've increased their dividends last year, so hopefully they'll do it again this year. They haven't declared it yet. Their policy is active. And when I looked up the analytics, it also said buy. So I had a really good feeling about NI when I bought it before. And it dipped a little bit, so I bought the dip. And I bought a few more shares, and it's got a great payout, and it was a buy, so I went for it. And lastly, I bought myself some GSK, and they have an increase that they made in their dividend from last year, 21.5%. So I literally got a pay raise of 21% from all the shares that I owned, and then I bought some more shares. And so they have a 5.98 yield, and they've 90% of their profits they're paying out. They have a 1-year consecutive increase in their dividends, and they pay quarterly. Again, the analysis for them said buy. So I was confident and went for it. All right, the next thing I want to share with you is how much money I made in the month of February with my dividends. All right, so this sheet shows all of my dividend paying stocks. For the month of February, I got paid by the following companies, you can see. So I had 14 companies pay me a little bit, and altogether that added up to $24.14. What would it be like if you had 14 companies paying you every month or every quarter? That's the power of dividend investing. As you build your portfolio, these companies will pay you more and more and more. But I can't wait till I have $1,000 a month coming in for just owning shares of a stock. This is really amazing passive income, and I'm really excited to share with you my journey. Before I go, I want to share with you really quick how much money I made versus last year. All right, so I hope you can see that pretty well, but as you can see, last February I earned $12.09, and this February I earned $24.14. Now, most of that has to do with the fact that I bought more shares and I've grown my portfolio, but isn't that awesome to think that I've doubled my income this February as compared to last February? And here's a chart to show my year-over-year income as I'm growing my portfolio. I'm pretty excited to see what March might bring. If I made $14 last year in March, how much money do you think I'll make this year in March? Put your guess down below how much money I'll make in the month of March on my dividends, and I'll give a shout out to the person who gets the closest to the amount that I actually make. Don't forget to click the link below and get your 2 free stocks from Webull. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.